Hello, welcome to OK So Basically. In this podcast, I have a series of interviews where I speak with young people who are actively participating in things they are passionate about, and they share some of their opportunities they've had and how you can find some opportunities of your own. So if this sounds like your kind of thing, you're in the right place, and I hope you enjoy. Hello, welcome to OK So Basically. Today I'm joined with a special guest. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a bit about what you do?
My name is Dane, and I'm a gardener. I'm a level 2 trained horticulturalist and also a terrarium builder, an aquatic specialist.
Nice. And for anyone listening, and also myself, for ages I didn't know what terrarium meant. So could you just give a little summary?
So, a terrarium, basically, if you take the word, it means a place to relate to terra or earth. But it's basically an enclosed ecosystem. I like to do it in a very artistic way. My practice is informed heavily by aquascaping and all the rules and aesthetics that go on in that kind of area. Yeah.
Nice. And how long have you kind of been doing this for?
I've been doing this ever since, I'd say, properly ever since around 2017, but almost ever since I could remember, I've been involved in fish and aquariums and nature like that. Yeah.
That's really, really cool. So from really early on, it's kind of always been your thing and you just extended from there.
Yeah, and turned
That's nice.
into life, incorporated it into my life in many, many ways, as many ways that I could.
Now, I'm not sure if you will remember because you've been doing it for a while, but when you were starting out, or even still now, what kind of resources and organizations did you use that helped you?
So, when I first started learning on my own, the main resource was YouTube and the internet. Literally just watching people that I loved, watching people who knew so many things and knew them by experience and not necessarily by any kind of formal institution. But then around 2021. I decided that I wanted some kind of formal basis behind the things that I knew so that I could go about presenting it to others. So I saw the ad on Instagram for Woolworth Gardens horticultural training, and I went on just intending to take on that knowledge and use it for my business. And I ended up finding a love for gardening, and since then I've just worked as a gardener. Yeah.
Really, really nice. And you mentioned you would kind of watch YouTube videos. Were those kind of like tutorials or what was?
There would be tutorials sometimes. They'd be just people going to other people's fish rooms and walking through and seeing the things that they've done, seeing the methods that they used, which really helped open up the craft to me and show me that it wasn't like a thing that had hard and fast rules. There were things that would work for some individuals that wouldn't work for others. And you really had to find your own method and use your intuition to understand what was going on in your tanks rather than be like, what's going on? I don't know. Yeah. This told me to do this and it's not working. It was like, look and observe and understand what is happening inside this terrarium or inside this aquarium also. Yeah.
Nice. And so for anyone who's listening, do you have any advice on how they can start and get into gardening, or do you know anything they can?
Well, firstly, yeah, hit up Rooted Rhapsodies, yeah. Is
that on Instagram? Tell us.
Rooted Rhapsodies on Instagram. We are here to ingratiate young minds to the natural world. You could also look for me on Instagram at cosm_aquaria. Which pretty much has similar aims, but it's more me focused, But also, one of the best ways that I feel like you can get yourself involved in the natural world is to go out. Literally just go outside and look, stop and smell the roses, find a rose that you really like, take out Snapchat or Plant Snap, or apparently iPhones can do Plant Snap. It's like an app where you identify plants and stuff. Apparently iPhones can just do it with their camera now, which is like a point to, I'm an Android person, that's a point towards iPhone now. I might have to switch over.
I think I'm going to join the flip side, to be fair, but...
What, you're on Android?
No, I have iPhone at the minute, but I've seen the flip phones. And they look...
ones.
Have you seen the advert? It's like, once you look, you're like, you join the flip side. And I think I want to.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, it gives me like old Motorola Razr kind of energy. But go find something that you really like and really enjoy, identify it, learn about it, take it home and nurture it. And that is the best way to have something for you to relate to, which is also why you should come to a Rooted Rhapsodies workshop, because then we'll build a terrarium together and you can have something that you can really relate to.
Yeah, so you kind of touched on Rooted Rhapsodies. Do you want to go more into that and kind of explain what happens if one went along to a Rooted Rhapsody session?
Okay.
And where is this session going to be? Tell us all about it.
So, at a Rooted Rhapsodies session, we will be putting together terrariums in an aesthetic manner, using aquascaping principles to make very beautiful scapes of your own, using aquatic plants. We call them emergent terrariums because that's what it's called when aquatic plants grow out of the water. They emerge out of the water. And these can be flooded if you wanted to. You could fill it with water and the plants will still grow. And we'll also be using these capsules of nature to look at ourselves as well as the actual physical things, to parallel this little living thing with the little living thing that we are, because encapsulating the grandeur of nature is really meant to help us reconnect with the fact that we are a very small part of this whole massive thing. And even though we are a very small part, we are a very important part. We're just as important as all the other small parts that we often just throw to the side, like the insects and the isopods that you so happily step on, are just as important as you are. And there's something out there that would so happily step on you. It's not in a bad way. Step on you happily, you know?
Yeah.
I rejoice to be a small thing in this world. But yeah, you can expect to come, indulge in some poetry, indulge in some anything creative and natural. I'm trying to find as many different natural mediums for people to try and indulge in, so that we can find new ways to engage with nature for ourselves.
Why should people want to engage with nature?
Because I'm gonna die. Firstly, climate change. We should want to, but also because that is what we have come from at the beginning of it. It is what makes us. We are already a part of it, but we have created so much of a comfort bubble around ourselves that only fits humanity, that it feels like our motives and drives are diverging from those of the earth, those of the thing that sustains us at the end of the day. Well, we're here trying to go to Mars. but yeah. Also because it's just fun. It's just fun. You get to go places, you know, go Seven Sisters, go look at cliffs, look at big things. Nice. Yeah.
Thank you. I'll definitely try and get involved and have a look, come down to Rooted Rhapsodies. Thank you so much. I feel like I've been so educated, like listening to you talk about gardening and, you know, aquariums and things, really, really interesting. And I just had one quick question for you. What are your kind of next steps with gardening? Where do you kind of want to take this journey?
Where do I want to take this journey? Well, firstly, I really want to take Rooted Rhapsodies towards a more community focused kind of direction. Try and organize, say, we'll call them husbandry days, where, say, if someone has a terrarium, we'll just hire out a space and have everyone bring their terrariums in, and we'll all just take care of them together. We'll go through methods, and we'll do some trimming. If you want to share cuttings, you can share cuttings, and just create a community where we don't need to go and buy things anymore. We can share with each other, teach each other, learn from each other, go on trips together, and invite anyone else who wants to come along and ingratiate themselves to the natural world. And also for me, because that's kind of more Rooted Rhapsody's focus for me, I really want to take it towards design, more so interior design, and finding ways that people can incorporate nature aesthetically into their homes, whether it be through a tank artistically, because I really want to be like a scape artist and have like really rich people come and pay me to make them a really big, nice fish tank. Or anything, whether it be like a little indoor pond, whether it just be like a wall full of plants. I just really want to incorporate plants beautifully into people's lives. Yeah.
That is really, really nice. Well, I'll wish you the best of luck for your next steps, and I can't wait to see it all happen. Thank you so much for joining me on this little podcast episode today. That's been really helpful, really interesting, and I hope whoever's been listening, I hope you've taken something away, and I hope I'll see you at Rooted Rhapsody.
Yeah, you better come down, get your roots in these grands, you know? Yeah, come do that.
Thank you so much. Bye. I don't know.
That was